You may be seated. Good morning, church. Welcome to Youth Sunday. We have two amazing youth preachers today, Emma Kate Shepard and George Brabyn. And I know Mother Natalie already gave a sermonette, as she called it earlier, and they're giving two sermons, and you, as good Episcopalians, do not need a fourth sermon for the day. So I will keep my words very short and echo a little bit of what Mother Natalie was saying. I just want to say thank you to all of our youth and the parents for their dedication to this church. As you may have heard, all of the music has been chosen and is being performed by the youth. We have acolytes and torchbearers and ushers and greeters. We even wrote our own prayers of the people at youth group, so we'll be reading that together, and preaching everything, reading scripture, and that's really exciting to me. We have a very special intergenerational church here. The last few churches that I went to didn't have, there were a lot more gaps in the age brackets, but we have people, a significant number of people at every age bracket that you can have in a church, and that's pretty amazing, and I really want us to take full advantage of that. We can learn from each other and teach each other up and down the age ladder, and I pray that we can all find ways to bless each other. Bless those older than us, bless those younger than us. If you're feeling inspired by Mother Natalie's plea or mine, and you want ideas about how more directly to be involved, either on Wednesday nights or teaching Sunday school for the kids, please come and talk to me. Or if you just want more information as a parent or a youth that's age or 6th grade through 12th grade, then please come talk to me, and I would love to tell you how to get plugged in. And now, without further ado, I'm going to invite Emma Kate up.
Good morning. Our gospel reading today was from Luke, and in that reading, Jesus healed a woman on the Sabbath. He was confronted by the leader of the synagogue, who questioned why he did this on the Sabbath, which was against the law. However, Jesus responded to the leader of the synagogue, stating, "Does not each of you on the Sabbath untie his ox or his donkey from the manger and lead it away to give it water? And ought not this woman, a daughter of Abraham, whom Satan bound for 18 long years, be set free from this bondage on the Sabbath day?" Luke doesn't tell us how Jesus knows this woman, but I think it's safe to assume that Jesus knew all about the woman before he even met her. In what may be one of the most often quoted parts of the Old Testament, Jeremiah said this, "The word of the Lord came to me, saying, Before I formed you in the womb, I knew you, and before you were born, I set you apart and appointed you as a prophet to the nations." I believe that we, as the church, are all called to be the people of God. I also believe that God created all of us, and that God doesn't make mistakes. God created the woman he healed on the Sabbath. He created the leader of the synagogue, and he created you and me. Before we were formed in the womb, God knew us. He designed us, and he created us to be unique. Our culture tells us that we need to act a certain way, think a certain way, and be a certain way. There is a pressure to conform. This pressure is on full display at the schools and workplaces many of us find ourselves in. I just started the 9th grade at Brentwood High School. That means I just graduated from Brentwood Middle School. And in middle school, if you don't look a certain way, act a certain way, or hang out with the right people, people will let you know. And the problem, I suspect, is not confined to middle school. I've also seen adults exclude, criticize, and critique, just like the kids in middle school. People can be mean, but as the church, we have to understand that God created all people. He was intentional, and he didn't mess up, not even once. We are all unique, and we were all created for a purpose. What matters in life is not what the world thinks of us, it's what God thinks of us. When I was younger, my dad would read me this book. It's called You Are Special, and it's about these little wooden creatures called Wemmicks. All of them were carved by a woodworker named Eli. His workshop sat atop a hill overlooking the village where the Wemmicks lived. And each Wemmick was different. Some had big noses, some had large eyes, some were short, and others were tall. And all day, every day, these Wemmicks gave each other stickers. The Wemmicks would give gold stars to the Wemmicks that they found attractive, but they would give gray dots to the one they found were lacking in some respect. Punchinello, the main character in the story, always got gray dots. He was covered with them, and because of this, he felt like he didn't add up. But one day, Punchinello met a Wemmick named Lucia. The stickers just wouldn't stick to Lucia, but when someone tried to give her a dot or a star, it would just fall off. So, Punchinello asked Lucia why the stickers didn't stick, and she told him it's because she went and spent time with Eli every day. You'll remember that Eli is the woodworker who lived on the hill and that made all the Wemmicks. So one day, Punchinello decided to go see Eli. He was hesitant at first, but as soon as he walked up to the hill to Eli's workshop, Eli called his name and invited him in. And then, Eli said this: "Every day I've been hoping you'd come," Eli explained. "I came because I met someone who had no marks," said Punchinello. "I know, she told me about you. Why don't the stickers stay on her?" The maker spoke softly. "Because she has decided that what I think is more important than what they think. The stickers only stick if you let them." "What?" "The stickers only stick if they matter to you. The more you trust in my love, the less you care about their stickers." "I'm not sure I understand." Eli smiled. "You will, but it takes time. You've got a lot of marks. But for now, just come to see me every day and let me remind you how much I care." Eli lifted Punchinello off the bench and set him on the ground. "Remember," Eli said as the Wemmick walked out the door, "you are special because I made you, and I don't make mistakes." Punchinello didn't stop, but in his heart he thought, "I think he really means it." And when he did, a dot fell to the ground. Just like the Wemmicks, when we spend time in God's presence, we're better for it.
Good morning, everyone. The name of my sermon today is The Importance of Selflessness. In the scripture we read today from Luke, a crippled woman came to the synagogue on the Sabbath day where Jesus was teaching. Jesus saw her, came to her, and healed her. When the leader of the synagogue saw this, he got frustrated and told the people that they could come to get healed at the synagogue every day but the Sabbath. Jesus calls him a hypocrite and tells the crowd, "Don't all of you untie your ox from its stall on the Sabbath to lead it to get water?" In this story, the leader of the synagogue has a very textbook definition of rights and wrongs. So when Jesus says, "Don't all of you untie your ox from its stall to lead it to get water," he's simply telling us why are the rules telling the people not to help others on the Sabbath. What he's trying to teach us is that people are blinded by the textbook definitions and rules, and we just need to do the real right thing, which is to care for those around us. We call this selflessness, and in the scripture we read today from Isaiah, it tells us, if you spend yourself on behalf of the hungry and satisfy the needs of the oppressed, then you will rise in the darkness. You will rise in the darkness. It is literally telling us that if we help those less fortunate than ourselves, that we will thrive. And not only will acts of selflessness alone help you, but God will bless and support you. Isaiah tells us that when the Lord supports us, we are like a well-watered garden, or like a spring whose waters never fail. God blesses and supports us when we commit good deeds to others. But that's not why selflessness is important. That's not the reason you do selfless acts. Or at least, I hope that's not the reason you do selfless acts. So why should we be selfless? This past Wednesday, we had a charity event here at the Good Shepherd where we packed fuel bags with food and snacks for the less fortunate people and families. When the event was over and everything was put up, there was a short youth group meeting, and in the meeting, our youth leader, Jamie, asked this very question: why should we be selfless? Why should we care for the people and help them? You could just say, because it's the right thing to do. But it's deeper than that. It's a hard question to answer, and I don't believe there's only one answer to that question. Everyone here may have a different reason to be selfless, whether that's the good feeling you get after helping someone, maybe it's just the fact that you're helping the community out, or anything else. But why is selflessness important? The big question. Earlier this year, while I was getting confirmed, we talked about the cycle of evil. One sin creates a domino effect, causing others to suffer and sin on their own. On a happier note, the same cycle can apply to selfless deeds, creating a cycle of selflessness. When we give to others and care for the people around us, we lift ourselves and the people around us up. This is when our light will rise in the darkness. This is the importance of selflessness. Now let us go forth and change our lives and our communities and continue this cycle of selflessness.